don't forget to study at home also. Today, I'd like to explain to you about the lesson. But this lesson starts with the 7th grade. So, if you pay attention closer, you will know what it is about. So, let's start. Before I start, I'd like to say the theme or the material first. The material is about simple present tense. Sounds simple, right? Okay, let's start to write it down the title first. Simple present tense. So, simple present tense. It sounds really simple, but mostly you are having difficulties in differentiate between the verb and the subject. I hope at the end of my explanation you will know how to make a good sentence using simple present tense, because simple present tense can be used in daily conversation or daily activities. Let's start to study. Pay attention closer to my explanation. So, simple present tense. I start with simple present tense because these tenses is very simple and it happens daily, or it can be used daily. So, the first thing that I'd like to invite you to listen is about the usage. The first one is about the usage. Let me write it down first. Usage. The first usage of simple present tense, it talks about the fact. Let me write it down. Facts. And then the second one, simple present tense also tells about the truth. Okay, truth. And the last is, it talks about something in generalization. I don't want to give this kind of usage, but I will invite you to see the example of the facts, the truth, and generalization in sentence using simple present tense. Let's start. The first one, let me make it into the right one. Facts. Okay, number 1. The sun is bright. And then continue. Number 2, truth. The example of simple present tense that using truth. You can see me? Yes, you can see me. So, the sentence like this one. I am a woman. Okay. And the third example, generalization. Usually generalization, it is not commonly used, but I suggest you to use it because it relates to the opinion. And in general one or in daily activity, somebody will ask you about this kind of opinion. So I'll take the example like this one. It is rainy days in Palembang. So that's the first usage and also the example from the first one. Let's continue to the second usage of simple present tense. The second usage, usually it is commonly, we can say it as habit or daily routine. So it is the activity that you usually do it every day. So let's make it the example. Marcel goes to school every day. Marcel goes to school every day. And then the second example, we play basketball every Monday. So based from this example, you may pay attention to this one, and this one. So can you spot the differences between this one and this one? I hope you can spot it, because in this first example of simple present tense, the usage, we use the verb goes, but in the second usage, we use the verb play. So, do you know what makes it different? So, if you pay attention closer, this one is the verb. Let me write it down, verb 1 or base form. So, from the verb, so let me back closer. So the verb is the activity or the action that you do it daily. So it can be drink, it can be eat, it can be play, it can be breathe, it can be cook or whatever. So it is the verb. And this one, what makes it different is, this one is play, this one is goes, is the subject. So, if you pay attention closer again, the verb that use as or es, the subject, is he, she, or it. But for the verb play without adding s or es, the subject is I, you, we, and they. So in this case, the first example, Marcel. So do you know the subject? He, she, it, I, you, we, they. What is it? This one. So this one, the subject, the subject is he. So in simple present tense, you know, the verb must add s or es. But in the second sentence, the subject is we. As you can see, we play basketball every Monday. So the verb over here, we cannot add s or es. Okay, let's continue to the third usage of simple present tense. The third usage of simple present tense is related to the verb, or we can say it non-continuous verbs, or in other words, we can say it as stative verbs. So what is it, stative verbs? Stative verbs related to, I call it the first one, the verbs that relates to feeling, and then after that emotions, and also thought, and The next one is about senses. That's we call static verbs. Feeling, emotion, thought, and senses. Let me make it the example of static verbs in sentence. I love my mom. So, can you spot the verb from the sentence? This one is the verb, love. This verb, we call it static verbs because it relates to the feeling, or love, this one relates to emotion. So, we can use simple present tense in sentence that use non-continuous verbs or static verbs. And then the next one, the next usage of simple present tense is to explain activity that happens in the near future. Let me write it down for you. Explains the activity near the future. Explains the activity near the future. So it means whenever you are making simple present tense, the activity or the daily routines that can be happen, it is near the future. So the example in sentence like this one. Lisa goes to school soon. Lisa goes to school soon. So over here, can you spot the verb in the sentence? This one is the verb, goes. So over here, because the subject is Lisa, it refers to the pronoun she. So the verb over here must be at es. Okay, that's all the usage of simple present tense itself. So you may be what we call it as difficult to understand it, or maybe curious to understand it. But if you spot the sentence that I have already written down over here, there will be several things or differences that can be seen. Can you see it? So, from the first, second, third, and the last. From the first one, I use to be, is, am, and are. But from the second, third, and the fourth one, I use the verb. So you have to pay attention closer to, if you are using simple present tense in your sentence, you may use verb and also you may use to be. Verb in here, you may say it like go, play, and then love. But for to be itself, you may use is, am, and also are. Hopefully, at the end of this explanation, you can understand what is or what it is simple present tense in sentence. Okay, that's all. See you next meeting. Bye-bye.